Hello, friends, and welcome back to Stories About Entitled People. Yeah, the first thing a mystery shopper will never do is tell you they're a mystery shopper, as that thoroughly defeats the point and gets their butt fired in the process. Some people are too crazy to function. This woman's one of them. But before we begin, best way to support our channel is to leave comments, like, and subscribe with the turned-on bell so you don't miss the new video every single day. Lady claims to be a secret shopper. Last night I was working with a manager. Quiet evening with the mall dead and 1 hour before closing. This lady in her 60s and her friend walked in. The manager's really cool and customers usually always love her. Me, manager equals M, lady equals L. M, hi, what can I help you with tonight? L, I'm just looking. I want sale stuff. I don't pay no regular price for nothing. You hear me? Nothing. M, okay, well, we have names 3 sales. L, I don't like this. That's ugly. There's a lot of ugly clothing in here. This store should be ashamed. I buy my stuff at the regular store and not this ugly outlet stuff. What's the price of this? M, the tag says X dollars and it isn't on sale. L, Lord, I don't pay regular for nothing, especially not for that. It's too ugly for that price. M, okay, well, I'm sorry everything in here's ugly. L, you know what? I don't like you and how you're talking to me. I call store's name headquarters every day and talk to them. They listen to me. If I don't like somebody, they're gone. M, okay, well, that's awesome they listen to you, said in her very sarcastic tone. L, yes, I'm a secret shopper and they value my input. I've been a shopper with company for 20 years. Where's the blah 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 pants? I buy them because they're more narrow here and there. M, no, they're wider here and there. L, I want to look at bras. I'm a size whatever. M, well, I think you should go up a cup because that's not fitting you correctly. You've got a lot of spillage here. You'd be more comfortable in the next cup up. L, I've been shopping here 20 years, so I know what I'm talking about. Keeps flapping her crazy gums and I have to keep cleaning in the dressing room. M, well, I've been an employee and manager for 10 and worn this stuff half my life, so... Lady goes off again, and sometime during this point, she suddenly turns all nice and receptive like a switch went off in her brain. She starts listening to M, picking out a few things she thinks aren't ugly, etc. I'm in the dressing room laughing too hard while trying to sweep and everything else. I come back out and check orders, etc. L, friend, you got a tinkle? Go tinkle before we leave. I won't have you messing up the van. At this point, the lady's being rung up by M. She's also trying to order a few things. Of course, she has her friend and M talking to her, but that's not enough. She's wound up because I'm not paying attention to her as well. She keeps talking about me as I'm 5 feet away and keep ignoring her until she yells out at me like a little kid. So now we're talking about random stuff because, heaven forbid, only 2 people can keep you entertained, lady. M, please hit red or green and sign. L, oh, I'm just here running my mouth and I need to sign? M, yes. L, oh, okay. Keeps talking and goes on a tangent against charities, PETA. None of the money goes to where they should. Corporations, you get it. M, okay, here's your receipt. Lady then proceeds to talk about how wonderful we both were, hugs M, smooches her on the cheek, she'll be back, and leaves with her friend. M and I just give each other the classic, what the hell just happened look, then sighed and went back to closing duties. Yes, I'm aware she isn't an actual secret shopper. She's just nuts, hence the claims in the title. And our second story. Towed the cars from the parking area of the property I rent out after giving 48 hours notice. I, 35-year-old male, bought a new home a couple of years ago. Instead of selling my old house, I decided to rent it out instead. My current tenants have been there for about 18 months, and for the most part, I haven't had any problems with them. We recently had a large snowstorm in our area, about 20 inches in a 3-day period. As part of the rental agreement, I pay a plow service to clear the driveway and parking area of my rental property after large storms. Other times, I just go over there with my own snowblower and take care of it. I ask my tenants to move their cars out of the parking area and driveway so the plow truck can maneuver properly and move the snow safely. My tenants are a family, and they have 3 to 4 cars depending on if their oldest is staying with them or not. She's in college nearby and sometimes stays at home instead of at school. I always give 48-hour notice when I schedule the plow truck to come so that my tenants have ample notice and time to move their cars. I sent an email to them notifying them of the date and time that the plow truck was scheduled to be at the house, but I got no reply. So I sent a text, but also got no response. I tried calling but got no answer, so I left a message but didn't hear back. The day the plow truck was scheduled, I got a call from the driver saying that he can't plow the snow because there are too many cars in the way. I went over there and there were 5 cars, 2 of which I didn't recognize. The driver said he'd knocked on the door, but no one answered. I tried too, but no one was home. I tried calling again, but no answer. I eventually had to tell the driver to leave because he had other jobs to get to. I sent another email saying that they have 24 hours to move their vehicles or they'll be towed so the snow can be removed. I got no response to that email either. The next day, I went to the house again and tried calling one last time, but no answer, so I called a tow truck and had all 5 cars towed and got the plow truck to clear the snow. The next day, I finally got a call back from my tenant. He said they were out of state visiting family for the holidays and didn't have cell service or internet access. He asked if I could wait on removing the snow until they get back in a couple of days. I had to tell him that their cars had already been towed. He was not happy. There was a string of expletives about how I had no right to tow their cars and that 2 of the cars were family members who were traveling with them. I advised him to reread the rental agreement regarding parking and snow removal because I was completely within my rights to remove cars after giving proper advance notice. He let loose with a string of expletives that would make a sailor blush and threatened to sue me for damages. I once again told him to review the lease, but he told me to F off and hung up. I do feel bad, but there are city ordinances about snow removal that I need to adhere to as the homeowner. And our next story. Walgreens Karen. So I was at Walgreens last night waiting for the pharmacist to give me my first shingles vaccine. There are 2 to 6 months apart. Fun times. I had an appointment, but I'm in Florida, so that means absolutely nothing. I was there over 30 minutes past my appointment time and was bored, so I started walking around the immediate vicinity of the pharmacy desk so I could hear them call my name and was fiddling with some vitamins, reading labels, etc. I was clumsy and managed to knock a few bottles down with my giant purse as I turned away, so I went ahead and picked them up and put them back on the shelves. I completed my task and began walking away when I hear, "Where are the diapers?" Mind you, no excuse me, no please, nothing, just a barked question. I kept walking because I assumed she was speaking to an employee. There had been one in the next aisle a minute prior, thinking how rude some people are when I literally have to stop in my tracks because Karen had come around and was now standing in front of me. She had her phone in one hand and the other hand was on her hip. Me, geez, from being startled. Karen, diapers. Me, what about them? Karen, where are they? Me, I'd guess the diaper aisle? I go around her and continue my trek towards the coolers because at this point I need a soda. Karen, these people just don't want to work nowadays. Mind you, I'm in office clothes. I'm wearing nice black slacks, nice top, heels, huge purse, jewelry, etc. Nothing to denote I was a Walgreens employee. They wear gray smocks here for one thing. I stop, I turn around and face Karen as she starts to walk away and say, not to overtax your one brain cell, but I don't work here. As I point at my outfit saying, purse, heels, etc., genius. Karen stutters, well, me, seriously, the fact that you people are allowed to be outdoors unsupervised is why we can't have nice things. I then hear my name called for my shot and walk past the still muttering Karen. Why do I attract the crazy people? When she asked, where are they? I would have responded with, what size are you? And our last story. Telling the HOA to eat butt. This happened about 3 years ago. I was living with my dad before moving out. This is in Central Texas, a little north of Austin on a county road. My family had lived there for almost 30 years, long before any thought of a neighborhood even existed. We have our 2 gate posts painted purple, which means keep out for anyone who doesn't know, and we kept the gate dummy locked to avoid unwanted guests. The most recent neighborhood at that time had a rather strict HOA that luckily up until that point we'd had the pleasure of never dealing with as we lived 2 miles down the road from the back entrance to said neighborhood. One day on my day off while my dad was at work, I heard a knock at the door and looked through the peephole to see a woman in her mid-40s dressed like a businesswoman. I assumed it was someone offering to buy the property as we live on 20 acres. I opened the door and she said, "I'm blah, blah, blah with the neighborhood HOA. I just wanted to speak to the property owner about the purple posts. It doesn't really match the aesthetic of the neighborhood." I was effing lost. I start to talk and then was left speechless, and this B-word says, "Can you speak?" in the most C-word tone I'd ever heard. And I said, "Lady, purple posts mean keep out, and that gate was dummy locked. I don't know how long you've been in Texas, but your actions in the past 5 minutes would have counted as a signed death wish to a lot of people on this county road, including my dad. We're not part of your stupid HOA. We live 2 effing miles down the road from it, and if we want to spray paint our trees red and grass blue, we can. So turn around, close the gate behind you, and F off." She started to talk, so I slammed the door in her face and watched her leave from the window. A few months later, a friend of mine moved into that neighborhood and told me that my dad and his property is regularly posted on their Facebook page as unfriendly and dangerous. That's hilarious. Also pathetic for posting crap about you guys on Facebook. Hey guys, thank you all for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one.